Hi, everybody. My name is Polina Raygorodskaya. I'm the CEO of Wanderu. We're the leading multimodal travel search in North America. So I want to start off by sharing an interesting fact. In 2013, less than 70% of 16 to 24-year-old Americans had a driver's license. This is the lowest percentage in history. And similar to the trend of millennials not getting driver's licenses, they're also not buying cars like previous generations. So from 2007 to 2011, the number of cars purchased by people ages 18 to 34 fell by almost 30%. So let's take a closer look at this generation. In 2018, US and European millennials will have more spending power than any other generation. They're already spending over $200 billion on online travel. They're connected, social explorers with severe ADD. This generation grew up using the internet, making friends with people all over the world that they've never met, and sharing their entire lives on Facebook. They demand instant gratification, are loyal to companies that make their lives easier. They use Airbnb so that they can experience staying in a stranger's home. They use Lyft so that they can book transportation at the click of a button. And they travel by bus and train because it's convenient, on demand. They can book their tickets last minute, and they can stay connected throughout their entire trip. But they're not using traditional travel sites because they don't provide the experiences that this generation craves, and they're missing out on a key mode of travel. 74% of the 750 million bus trips taken in the US last year were taken by millennials. But before Wanderu, this is what bus and train booking looked like. Technology was extremely outdated, and there are still providers that don't have online ticketing. So you go to their website, and you have to download a PDF schedule like this. Now, try to figure out timetables, prices, it's impossible. Even those that do have online ticketing, there are a lot of different options between major city routes. For instance, just between DC and New York, as you can see here, there are 12 different reputable brands that serve that route, compared to just 6 airlines that fly the same route. So it's double the amount of options. So then you have to go to each individual website to see who's traveling at what time, book tickets. It's a nightmare. Across North America and Europe, there are thousands of different companies. So this is what the process looks like for people booking bus and train tickets, which is a $275 billion market in annual ticket sales just in North America and Europe alone. So why hadn't a ground travel search been built before? If you look at the airline world, over a decade ago, all of the airlines came together and standardized their data so that they could share that data with travel agents all over the world, which is how they sold most of their tickets. This made it easier for middle-layer technology companies to come in, take all that standardized data, and create a unified feed, which they license to consumer-facing sites like Skyscanner, Kayak, Expedia, Orbit, so on and so forth. In the ground travel space, there are far more providers, and their data is extremely outdated, and none of them have ever come together, so there's no standardization of data. So traditional middle-layer technology companies did not exist in this space. So Wanderu built both the middle-layer technology and the consumer search for ground travel. We're the first company to establish partnerships with all of the largest ground travel providers in North America. But even with these partnerships, these companies don't have the technology or APIs to just easily connect to their systems. So we've built the first middle layer technology that takes all the various disconnected data. We standardize everything internally. We've also built out a central reservation system to bring companies that aren't online, online. And this allows us to let millennials plan travel the way that they want, from door to door, using our point-to-point search technology, where they can come in, type in any address, city, point of interest. We find them the closest station from where they're searching from and where they're going to. Live intelligent routing, where we're able to combine multiple modes of transport into one itinerary, whether it's a bus and a train, or 2 buses, or a train and a ferry. And all of this is done within one easy, simple booking process. And we integrate local transit directions to get people to and from the station on both desktop and mobile devices. Our mobile app is rated as one of the top apps in all of travel. So now people searching for travel in these 11,000 plus cities are able to find their trips. We currently cover 59 countries across North America and Europe. We have over 300 partners live, 78 million routes, and 130 million routed routes. So this is all routes that we're able to create within our network that would not exist without Wanderu. We have over 200 additional partners under contract, which we are launching on a weekly basis. And by the end of the year, we expect to have our coverage grow 5 times as we release more and more large partners. Since we've launched in August of 2013, we've served over 70 million people in helping them find their trips. And this has allowed us to grow quickly over that time period in both sales and user numbers. And all of this we've been able to do in a very sustainable customer acquisition cost. In fact, we became profitable in July of last year. We see a blended 11 times return on all of our marketing channels, blended across all of the channels. And for paid users, we break even within the first week. 80% of Wanderu customers are millennials and Gen Z. They're not price sensitive. In fact, they're buying last-minute tickets. Less than 3% sort by price. And 85% of tickets are booked within 3 days of travel. So these are the most expensive tickets. Average Wanderu repeat customer makes 5 purchases per year on Wanderu. And users love Wanderu. 64% of people that have purchased once on Wanderu come back to purchase another ticket. 22% are power users that make 4 or more purchases in a 1-year period. So Wanderu is the only truly multimodal ground travel search that's able to combine all the different modes of transport and allow people to search from point to point and reach any destination within our network. 30% of our bookings are only possible on Wanderu because of these unique technologies. And so this creates an extremely valuable, fully incremental sales channel for our partners. So to demonstrate how this works and the unique technology that we have, this is an actual real-life search that was done on Wanderu and booked. So a customer flying in from abroad was searching for something for JFK Airport to Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the US. There's currently no bus that would get them directly from the airport to Niagara Falls. But with Wanderu, we were able to find them the closest station, which was Queens Village in New York. And it's a very small station that normally anybody outside of that area would not have heard of it. But the bus did not go all the way to Niagara Falls. And so in real time, our routing technology was able to combine a bus itinerary with a train itinerary. And the customer is able to see this trip, enter their information once on our booking form, and within seconds be able to get tickets from both of the providers and get exactly to their destination. So once again, this trip is only available on Wanderu. So our goal is to dominate multimodal travel and use the search experience, which millennials love, coupled with our low customer acquisition costs, to create the travel brand for the next generation. Thank you.